Last episode, we talked about who uses OpenClaw and where it runs. We met 5 different people, from the overwhelmed founder to the home tinkerer, and we mapped out the trade-offs between running it on your laptop, your home hardware, or a cloud server that never sleeps. Today, we go one layer deeper. Today is about the relationships, how you, OpenClaw, your agents, and the AI models underneath them all fit together. Think of it as the wiring diagram explained in plain English. Let's start with you. Here's the first thing that makes OpenClaw different from most AI tools. You don't go to it. It comes to you. It lives where you already are. If you use Telegram to message friends, you can message your AI agent on Telegram. WhatsApp for family? Your agent is there too. Discord for a gaming community or a dev group or just a server you run for yourself? OpenClaw connects. Signal if you care about privacy. Slack if you're at work. iMessage if you're on Apple. Line if you're in Asia. IRC if you've been online long enough to remember when that was the only option. In total, OpenClaw supports over 20 channels, mainstream, enterprise, privacy-focused, and niche, with more added through plugins. The complete list includes things like Microsoft Teams, Mattermost, Matrix, Twitch Chat, and even Nostr for the decentralization crowd. What this means in practice is that there's no new app to download, no new interface to learn, no habit to build from scratch. You just open the app you already have open, and you talk to it. The core loop is the same on every channel. You send a message. The gateway receives it. It routes to your agent. The agent thinks, uses tools if it needs to, does real work, browsing the web, writing files, running code, calling APIs, and sends a response back. In the same app you sent the message from. For most people, the friction effectively disappears. So, you send a message. What actually happens? Let me give you the 3-layer picture. At the top, you in whatever chat app you use. At the bottom, a powerful AI model doing the thinking. And in the middle, holding everything together, is the gateway. The gateway is the always-on daemon that runs on your machine. It maintains all your channel connections simultaneously. WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, all of them at once. When your message arrives, the gateway finds the right agent and the right session, assembles the full context, your conversation history, your workspace files, your loaded skills, and passes it to the model. When the model responds, the gateway streams the reply back through the channel. It also serializes everything. If you send 2 messages quickly, they queue up. The agent finishes one before starting the next. No collisions, no confusion. Now, what makes an agent different from a regular chatbot? 3 things: a role, a personality, and a memory. The role defines what the agent is for. A research agent is focused on finding and synthesizing information. A coding agent understands your code base. A project manager agent tracks what's happening across multiple streams of work. The role shapes everything. What tools the agent uses, how it prioritizes, what it pays attention to. The personality shapes how it communicates. The research agent delivers information with precision and depth. The project manager is direct and action-oriented. The tone, the style, the way it handles ambiguity, all of this can be defined, evolved, and made your own. And the memory is what changes everything. Unlike a chatbot, your agent doesn't start from zero every time you message it. It remembers previous conversations. It knows what you were working on last week. It knows your preferences, your context, your projects. You don't have to re-explain yourself. You just pick up where you left off. And these agents keep working even when you're not. A scheduled job fires overnight. The agent checks the inbox, runs the analysis, drafts the summary. A message appears in your Telegram when you wake up. The work happened while you were asleep. That's not a metaphor. That's literally what's running on the server. Here's something that surprised a lot of people when they first discovered it. You're not limited to one agent. OpenClaw supports running multiple isolated agents on a single gateway. Each agent has its own workspace, its own memory, its own model, its own channel accounts, and they can talk to each other. The way agents communicate is through direct messages. One agent sends a message into another agent's session, like an inter-office memo. Or an agent can spawn a temporary sub-agent to handle a specific task, wait for it to finish, and get the result back. There's also a structured protocol for spinning up specialized coding agents as workers, with a main agent coordinating them. This is how this channel operates, actually. There's a project manager agent that coordinates the work, a business analyst that structures proposals, a web researcher that digs up information, a data engineer, a software engineer, each in a separate workspace, each with a specialized role, briefing each other through messages while Ming focuses on decisions rather than execution. The most ambitious setup we've seen in the community had 14 agents under a single gateway, with a powerful orchestrator model coordinating coding workers handling specific tasks in parallel. But you don't need 14. Even 2 or 3 agents with clear roles changes what you can accomplish. Every agent has an engine. That engine is a large language model, the AI that actually generates responses, reasons through problems, and produces work. You've heard the names: Claude, GPT-4, Gemini, Llama. These are made by different companies with different strengths, and OpenClaw works with all of them. Claude is strong at nuanced reasoning and writing. GPT models are broadly capable and widely integrated. Gemini handles multimodal work well, text, images, and code together. Llama is open source, which means you can run it locally on your own hardware with no data ever leaving your machine. Beyond these, OpenClaw supports models from Google, Kimi, Qwen, Minimax, Dubao, and dozens of others, including via OpenRouter, which routes to over 100 models through a single API. Your agents can each run a different model. The lightweight agent handling quick calendar lookups runs a fast, cheap model. The deep research agent runs something more powerful because output quality matters more than cost per query. You choose, and you can switch at any time. Just type /model in any conversation, and you get a live picker. No restarting, no reconfiguring. There's one more thing worth knowing: thinking levels. Some models can do extended reasoning. They think before they speak. OpenClaw exposes this as a dial, from off, fast and cheap, all the way up to the highest level, where the model gets significant processing time to work through genuinely difficult problems. A quick factual question? Turn thinking off. A complex multi-step decision? Turn it up. Each agent in a multi-agent system can have a different default. The key insight is this: the agent layer and the model layer are separate. Your agent's memory, its role, its personality, those persist regardless of what model is running underneath. When a better model comes out, and they do every few months, you swap the engine. The agent keeps going. We've been building with agents, watching what works, seeing where things are heading, and I want to share what that picture looks like from here. A research firm recently predicted that 40% of enterprise applications will have AI agents embedded in them by the end of 2026, up from less than 5% in 2025. That's the fastest enterprise adoption curve on record for any technology category. But statistics don't capture what this actually feels like in practice. So, let me give you the real version. In the OpenClaw community right now, people are doing things that would have sounded like science fiction 2 years ago. One person's agent noticed a bug in a production app and fixed it without being asked, because monitoring the code base was within its remit. Another runs grocery shopping on autopilot. Another has an agent that monitors their health data from a wearable and gives them a morning briefing that's genuinely personalized, not a generic dashboard. These aren't demos. This is people's actual daily lives running on their own hardware. The shift that's coming is about how you spend your time. Right now, most people use AI as a tool. Open a chat window, ask a question, get an answer, close it. It's useful. It's like having a very fast search engine that can also write. The people building agent systems are doing something different. They're not using AI as a tool. They're working with it as a team. Imagine waking up and your research agent has already read everything relevant to your current project published overnight. Your calendar agent has moved a meeting that conflicted with something you hadn't noticed. Your writing agent drafted the first version of something you mentioned needing last week. None of this required you to ask. The agents were running in the background, working within the boundaries you set. In 2 or 3 years, this won't be unusual. The people who've built these systems will have compounded their effectiveness in ways that are genuinely hard to compete with. Not because they're smarter, because they've extended themselves. What doesn't change is the human in the loop. The agent doesn't decide what matters. You do. The creativity, the judgment, the relationships, those stay with you. What shifts is that the mechanical work, the research, the drafting, the organizing, the monitoring, gets handled by agents who are genuinely good at it, working while you focus on what only you can do. That's the future we're building toward. And honestly, we're already living early versions of it. So that's the full picture. You, reaching OpenClaw through 20-plus channels you already use. The gateway, the always-on hub that never drops a message, routes to the right agent, and streams your responses back. Agents with memory, roles, and personalities that persist and compound over time. Models chosen for the job, swappable, upgradable, with thinking levels you control. And a multi-agent architecture that means you're not working with one assistant. You're working with a team. It's a system, a surprisingly simple one once you see how the pieces fit, but a powerful one. Next episode, we stop talking about what's possible and start showing it. The build begins. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. It really helps us grow. And if you have a question about AI agents or an idea for a topic you'd like us to cover, drop it in the comments. We read everything, and we just might make an episode for you.